It's your boy Amari. Yes, I'm still here at Garden State Comic Fest 2023, and you're wondering who's the gentleman standing in front of my camera. This is my first time meeting him. This is my first time interviewing, and this will be his first time interviewing on my show, Arts and Pop Culture. I'm here with the one and only
J.L. Johnson.
J.L. Johnson. J.L. Johnson, thank you so much for coming here. Thank you so much for being here. So please tell me your origin story with comics.
So we'll call it 6 or 7 years ago, I started scripting comics really on a whim. I had always been a writer, always loved fantasy, and always wanted to see a fantasy comic. So I downloaded Scrivener on my Mac and just started writing. And then fast forward a few years into the future, this whole global pause, we'll call it, that we experienced in 2020 gave me more time than I'd ever had, and I put together what you have in front of you, Any of the Rule of Nine.
Nice, man. Nice. So, how long did it take for you to get your first script together for your first book?
If we're talking first script for Ennead, there's a bit of a backstory there. The world that the story takes place in is probably 5 or 6 years old, whereas the first script that I wrote was 3 years ago. So, in earnest, probably 3.5 years, right? Of the world building, all the information that I needed to really craft the beginning of the story took a long time. Once I sat down to start scripting, call it a matter of weeks where I got through issue 1, then another few weeks after that where I was able to edit it down, but a long haul for the first script. After that, kind of bulldoze through what you have in front of you in a couple of weeks.
Okay, so when you were coming up with the story for your book, did you use a lot of reference from actual history to make it come to life? Or you're like, screw this, I'm just going to write what I like?
A little bit of both. So an example I gave earlier, the ancient conflict between Rome and Carthage played big in my mind when I was beginning to tell the story of Amashik. And so that conflict, for those who don't know, really took place in 3 major iterations across a couple hundred years, couple of different generations of rulers. So that kind of long-standing conflict that had ripples through both of those civilizations, 2 of the most powerful civilizations in the ancient world, was a big inspiration for me. And then beyond that, yes, I just wrote what I liked about fantasy, challenged what I didn't like about fantasy, and tried to have as much fun as I could.
Okay, I see you have a nice collection of books on your table. Which one do you want to just talk about first? I'm sorry, they're from the same universe. Ennead, right?
Yes. So in front of you, you have volume 1 of Any of the Rule of Nine, which is the first 7 books in my series. This is really where I focus all my energy and attention as a writer in this universe, on this story. What you have here is an ode to epic fantasy. I grew up loving the genre: swords, shields, magic, castles, ships, elves, monsters, all of the above, and you get a little bit of all of that here in volume 1, which is just over 180 pages worth of comics.
All right, cool. We're not going to ask him any more questions about the books because then he might accidentally say something he wasn't supposed to say on camera. And we're going to have to pass on that. But I just want to say you have a really great book, and I hope it's super successful. Get Ennead. So if somebody wanted to reach out to you to purchase your books, what's the best way for them to go about it?
The easiest and most reliable way would be through Instagram. So the handle is Ennead, ENNEAD _ the Rule of Nine. Easiest way to find me.
All right. Well, JL, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for being here. I hope to see you here next year. Keep kicking ass and taking no prisoners.
Thank you very much.
All right, guys, that's a wrap. Until next time. Bye-bye.